Is there hope? So is there hope? That's the easy question. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's absolutely hope. I've seen it over and over again. There's definitely hope for people with addictions. So that's not, to me, I can say that unequivocally. But
Mhm.
part of this is, I think, is, and this is something I talk a bit about with students. I say, there's a big difference between abstinence or not doing a particular behavior and what we would call recovery.
Right.
Recovery meaning that basically, your recovery is a growth process.
Mhm.
It's something that's larger that, and for some people, and look, I'm a harm reductionist. I'm going to be speaking on a harm reduction panel in a moment, and so I see where, it's a spectrum. There's no one size fits all for everybody, right? But recovery is really the sense that, that we were born in a situation where there are a lot of pieces missing. There's
Mhm.
a lot of disconnection right here in the world.
Yeah.
And then we add on top of it the trauma that we have.
Right.
And and then the desire that so many of us have to not feel lonely, to fill up something with a substance or a behavior that gives us a different feeling,
Mhm.
or an experience of power, an experience of being held, experience. So we go for these artificial means to do that. Those instincts and those desires are totally part of what make us human.
Right.
It's they're not wrong. It's not wrong to want to belong. It's not wrong to feel like you have efficacy in the world. It's not wrong, but we're going about it in a dysfunctional way, in a way that doesn't really serve us, in a way that actually has a lot of harm for ourselves and others,
Right.
whether or not we recognize it. Sometimes the harms can be more subtle for someone who is addicted but functional,
Right.
right? So they've got a nice job or whatever, and they're holding the job, they're doing that, but actually there's some issues there. But they're not, living in a tent under the highway. They're not doing that, right? So where is the hope? The hope really comes in the understanding that we can, because our nature is not to be addicted. Our nature is not to be enslaved to a substance or any particular action. These are things that we get caught in. They're not things that are a part of who we truly are. Who we
Mm.
truly are is free.
Right.
And so then and I know with your work, and there's many ways of coming at it, it's to decondition some
Mhm.
of these beliefs, some of these attitudes. And it sucks that you have to be born in a world and then get deconditioned after you've been conditioned. you know, you got to kind of like
True though.
rework everything. It's like go to a teacher or go to, have these experiences, right? But that unfortunately is the process, because that's the way the civilization is set up so far.
Mhm.
And we don't know what's going to go on with this civilization the way things are going. There's a lot of crises and things happening. So we need to, in a sense, wake up
Yeah.
to our true nature,
Nature.
ourselves.
Yeah.
And I say on my website, which comes out of the integral recovery, I run Vital Puma Integral Recovery. It's wake up, then there's grow up,
Mhm.
there is clean up, which is cleaning up the shadow material, and then show up. So it's wake up, grow up, clean up, show up. And that's the process of recovery. And in that process, we who are sleepwalking through life, we who feel disconnected with everything, we who are locked in our traumas, or locked in create a new problem with a substance, and we're locked into the substance, the
Mhm.
dependence on the substance, we can begin to free ourselves and become alive again, so that
Right.
we're no longer sleepwalkers. We're actually living more and more alive and more consciously.
Welcome to the 2021 Radical Recovery Summit, presented by the Kiloby Center for Recovery. This is Lynn Fraser, your moderator. This year, our theme is Feel It, Heal It, a new paradigm of recovery, featuring a diverse group of thought leaders and innovators, people who are working on the ground in the new field of addiction recovery. Go to radicalrecoverysummit.com to sign up and watch free.